Malaysia's national car company, Proton, was launched in 1983, and it was supposed to be a big stepping stone to being a part of the auto industry. And some say misguided government policies have prevented them from realizing those goals, and now they're trying to turn it around. Rian Maelzer reports.
It was the brainchild of Malaysia's then Prime Minister, Mahathir Mohamad. In the late 1980s, 2 out of 3 cars on the road here were Protons. Hefty import duties pushed up the price of the foreign competition. But despite that, Proton's local market share has slipped to just over 20%. Its exports remain modest, and it has been overtaken by another domestic car maker, Perpetual, which is partnered with Japan's Daihatsu. A big handicap, analysts say, is that Proton has to source parts from local vendors, few of whom are up to international standards of quality or efficiency.
So there's no economies of scale, there's no economies of scope, so the cost of inputs are very, very high. The domestic content actually makes Proton very expensive. And so given that kind of a scenario, there is no way that Malaysian cars can become competitive internationally.
Arif says the national car project has actually been counterproductive.
This has actually put less money in the pockets of the people, and it has got a dampening effect on consumption. So the economy would have really benefited from cheaper cars, which mean other expenditures, which would have really given a boost to the economy.
Malaysia has the biggest passenger car market in Southeast Asia, but its protectionist policies have meant that the big foreign car makers have chosen to invest elsewhere in the region. Malaysia's new auto policy, announced earlier this year, does aim to make the country a hub for manufacturing energy-efficient vehicles, or EEVs.
We are some years behind the regional leader for automotive production, which is Thailand, which already has an equivalent policy in the form of the eco car policy. And really, Indonesia also has their version of the EEV policy, which is the low-cost green car policy. So really, we are already some years behind our rest of our neighbors, and we are trying to narrow the gap.
A gap that many feel needn't have existed if Malaysia had never created the national car in the first place. Rian Maelzer, CCTV, Kuala Lumpur.